Should Zelensky target Moscow or deeper into Russia?
No, he shouldn't target Moscow.
Kingsley Wilson, press secretary for the Defense Department. All right, Kingsley, let's do this very simply. Are you nervous that Zelensky may go back on a deal and actually potentially use these in an offensive platform?
I'm not, and I'll tell you why. Because we can trust in President Trump. You saw right there, he is focused on peace, he's focused on diplomacy, and he's focused on putting America first. You make a great point. The previous administration, the Biden administration, was focused on endless blank checks to Ukraine. We were funding a war. We didn't even know where the money was going in many instances.
Correct.
And it wasn't in the best interest of the American people. At the end of the day, American taxpayers want to know that their commander-in-chief has their back, and our troops want to know that as well. President Trump is ensuring that NATO is leading in their own backyard. That's what he campaigned on. That's what we at the DoD have been advocating for, and Secretary Hegseth has been pushing for since he got into the building, meeting that 5% NATO defense spending, taking responsibility for the defense of the continent of Europe, because we have other threats as a department. We want to shift to the Indo-Pacific, focus on the China threat. We have other emerging crises that warrant our attention. And we're encouraged to see NATO step up here, our allies step up, commit to 5%, and commit to defending Ukraine. The American people deserve a president that's going to fight for them, and the Department of Defense is 100% behind peace through strength.
Yeah, no, I hope so. I just hope that there is some sort of think tank somewhere just in case. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if, Zelensky went back on his word. But also, you mentioned other threats, which today, Israel bombs Syria. Now, they say it's to protect an Arab minority. The Syrian forces aligned with, Islamist forces and have been clashing with the Druze, and Israel has vowed to protect them because they have sided with Israel. But, I'm a little concerned when Israel goes off bombing Syria out of the blue like this.
It's something that we're certainly monitoring here at the department. Again, this is a president who wants to see peace, who wants to pursue diplomacy. And at the Department of Defense, we are doing everything we can to support that effort. President Trump's track record speaks for itself, especially when it comes to the Middle East. We didn't have, under President Trump, chaos in the Middle East like we did under previous Republican and Democrat administrations, frankly. We had the Abraham Accords, and we are continuing to engage with our allies and our adversaries over in the Middle East to ensure that our interests come first and that there is peace and stability in the region. And that is going to be a priority for this department going forward. And you make a great point, I think, here in conjunction with what's going on in Ukraine and also the Middle East. I think the American people are rightfully concerned that we could get embroiled in endless foreign conflicts. That's certainly the story of the past. But what I can tell you is this department is focused on America first. Our troops are not in far-flung places across the world fighting endless wars anymore. They are at our southern border. They're protecting the homeland and the territorial sovereignty of the United States. We are going to execute on President Trump's vision through and through. Yeah,
but do you know if there's been conversations, I mean, obviously some may be classified, about whether or not they're going to decide to, tell Israel to stop bombing people so they're, maybe can enter some better peace talks?
I wouldn't want to get ahead of the president or the State Department here because, again, we want to ensure that diplomatic channels remain open. I know Secretary Rubio today earlier said that he is talking with both sides. But from a Department of Defense perspective, we're going to ensure that we're supporting that peace through strength agenda.
Yeah. Real quick, AI being integrated into the Pentagon. Look, I'm a believer that Terminator was a warning, not a blueprint. Are there any concerns that this could get into the system because AI kind of is the system?
That's a great movie and a great point. We are excited about what we're doing to invest in artificial intelligence across the department. We recently announced this week that we are going to be gifting contracts, and those are $200 million contracts for the leading 4 AI U.S. companies. That's a big focus of this administration, right, is American-made companies and products. So we're going to be, partnering up with Google, XAI, Anthropic, OpenAI to ensure that our warfighters have everything they need to face 21st century threats. We're really excited about that at the department. And the president yesterday was in Pennsylvania, right? And he was talking about how important it is for the United States to be the leader in AI. And at the Department of Defense, we're focused on that.
Hey, look, if it's going to beat the bad guys, I'm here for it. Kingsley Wilson, we appreciate it.